Shalom. This is Harawan Ban Yasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp, located right here in Jacksonville, Florida. Before I begin, I want to say Kal Halayim, La Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Harakar Kodash, Ma'amath. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS and their elders. Shalom to you, Akim and Akwatim and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. This is a follow up of a lesson I did a day ago on the Lord visiting the earth with earthquakes. And now, not even, I guess, a day later, you have this earthquake that's felt all along the East Coast, all the way up towards Canada, all the way down to Florida. All right? And it just so happened that it's a 4.8 magnitude earthquake. And it just so happens that on 4/8, April 8th, 2024, you have that solar eclipse. All right. Now, it's known that up north and towards New England, whatever they call it, they have slight, small earthquakes, tremors. But this one scared the hell out of everybody because it went over a 4, which is not normal. All right. They said things are getting weaker. The earth is moving, but they don't understand that we're in the time of the Lord's judgment. I just did a lesson a day ago where I was showing that the earth is weaker, so a lot of the weather or the earth changes are going to be more drastic, all right, more deadly and dangerous and fearful. So this earthquake shook everybody up. And there was a video to where this little, matter of fact, see if I can find it. This is why the Lord says that in the scriptures. Matter of fact, let me get that. This is Revelation 16 and 15. Behold, I come as a thief. All right, meaning unexpectedly, man. The Lord is coming unexpectedly, basically catching everybody off guard, man. And to come and take back what's his, all right? But unexpectedly, surprisingly, catching everybody, put them in astonishment. It's like somebody running up and just robbing somebody, they get caught off guard. It says, blessed is he that watcheth, man. So we're supposed to be watching. And keepeth his garments, all right? Keeping yourself chaste in this truth, all right? And covered in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and righteousness. Lest he walk naked and they see his shame. All right, let me get this real quick. This is 1 Thessalonians 5 and 1. See, we know what times we're in. The people that are in this truth. We know that this is the Lord's judgment. The Lord is visiting the earth. All right, visiting the earth with earthquakes and storms and judgment. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 1. But of the times and seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. So how do we know perfectly? Because he said what? When you see part of these signs pass, then shalt thou understand. So we completely understand now that we're in these times. All right, through the prophecies. And earthquakes are part of those, a major part of the prophecies. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction shall come upon them as a thief. That's like it. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord cometh as a thief in the night. That's the point. That this judgment, this destruction is going to catch people off guard, man. So people will be a fool to go with the flock, of sheep that are going to the slaughter. Because you got a lot of jakes that were in this truth, and they fell out the truth because they lost faith. And they started trusting the world, trusting the matrix. They say ignorance is bliss. And people walk around in the system. Like, for example, they showed over in China, they showed a group of people going to work in the airport or in the subway or whatever it was, transit system, and they were all taking the same steps at the same time, like an army, moving like they were being controlled, man, in a system. So they call it in America, they call it the rat race. Especially if you go to New York, you see how fast everybody walking, man, and how crowded it is. When I was driving trucks up there, passing through New York, I had to be careful when I stopped in the city because at the red light, people would run up under your truck just to get across the street. It was that packed and busy, man. Sometimes you had to stop and just see everybody just walking around you, bumping, passing you. But all of that is a mirage, man. Because at any moment, that can stop. And it's going to just stop. It's going to come to a grinding halt. The grinding shall cease. You know, or earthquake happen, or wildfire, or World War III, you know, or even death. So, you know, people shouldn't fall out of this truth watching the world saying, oh, I don't see nothing happening yet. They don't look worried. Well, they're not going to because they don't want these. They're the ones that's saying, cause the Holy One to cease from before us. They don't want these things to happen. They say speak unto us smooth things, you know, instead of hearing the truth. Lamentations, mournings, and woes coming, man. Destruction, judgment. All right. And so they're supposed to continue their course and stay in this truth and continue to watch and know what times that we're in. Because watch this video, I'm going to show you real quick. How scared this family is on here when they feel the little tremors just from a 4.8 earthquake. Watch what this little girl say. Oh. Kind of like everybody acting in the movie, and then the acting just stops, and they show their true fear that something going on, man. You know, bigger than ourselves, bigger than humanity. This is the Most High God, Yahweh, sent tremors to the earth. Got the earth trembling at His presence. All right, because He hears the cries of His children, the hopeful elect of Israel. Our cries have entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth. That's why these things are happening. All right? But you heard what that little girl said, man. She said, am I going to die? It's like, that's fear, man. And that's what times we're in. And a lot of these people don't have any answers to tell their children. So they got a lot of people. Let me get off of the screen. All right, because a lot of people are trying to be in this mindset of denial, you know, trying to put off the prophecies or the day of judgment. But judgment is at the door, man. You know, and that was just a small tremor. It caught a lot of people off guard and scared the hell out of a lot of people. And you got a lot of scholars or meteorologists, we want to call them. They say this coming up solar eclipse could be causing these tremors and the plates to move over here in the East Coast. All right. Yeah, so now you just never know, but it's really coming from the Lord, man. However you put it. Matthew 24 and let's go to 35. All right. It says, 34, verily, verily, I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. Okay, so let's go up one more verse higher. Let's go up one more verse higher. It says, now learn the, verse 32, now learn the parable of a fig tree when his branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, ye know that summer is nigh, man. Okay? Because, what's that? The fig tree, I think they grow in, I think they grow leaves or so in January, February, then going into the spring. And then that lets you know that the figs are about to start blooming in the summer. You know what I mean? It's like a seasonal pattern, so that lets you know the prophecies are close. The prophecies letting you know that judgment is at the door. That's the prophecies represent the leaves. All right, putting forth leaves, man. Putting forth the prophecies. It's coming to pass. Though tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. Okay, it's gonna bring the fruit, which is the judgment, summer. So likewise, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors. And one of those things are what? Earthquakes in diverse places. Okay? Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. So whatever time we're in, we judge it according to that. So we well understand now that we're in the time that the Lord is truly visiting this earth and about to bring judgment and deliverance to the children of Israel, the elect. But of that day, heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. All right. So this current rulership, this current kingdom of Esau's rulership, is going to pass away, man. And what they built here, America, Babylon, is preparing it to be crossed out. Just like those the solar eclipse that's about to go across America on April 4/8/2024. You know, matter of fact, yeah, I'll do a lesson on that after this. All right, I'll do a lesson on that after this. I got a picture I want to show that my wife sent me. It says, but dealing with the solar eclipse. It says, but of that day and the hour knoweth no man. See, the Lord coming unexpectedly, man. It's gonna catch people off guard, just like that earthquake caught a lot of people off guard. All right, especially in the East Coast, man. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but the Father only. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. All right, Noah was prophesying, and people weren't listening. He was telling them that the flood was coming, and it was going to rain, and they was like, "No, it ain't." All right, it hadn't rained yet. It's gonna be just dew in the morning. He don't know what the hell he's talking about. That's like we telling people there's gonna be fire, man. It's gonna be destruction coming. And all these prophecies, like contractions with the earthquakes and weather atrocities and war. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. The judgment is going to come unexpectedly. And only those that have ears to hear will be warned from the judgment. For as in the days of Noah, for in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking and marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark, man. And the Lord judged them and destroyed them and protected Noah and his family. All right, just 8 souls. So even now, the Lord has a remnant, an elect that he's going to deliver from this coming judgment that's mostly going to come upon Babylon. All right. So now it says here they were eating and drinking and giving in marriage, just chilling, And ignorance is bliss, enjoying the matrix until the creator of the matrix had to intervene, what they call that, divine intervention. And he brought his judgment, manifested his judgment upon the earth, man. In a flood, the first death. Now he's bringing the second death. And the lead up to that, he's bringing the plagues upon the earth, man. Warning signs, earthquakes as such. All right. So, for as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came. So a lot of people are just unaware, you know, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. All right. So yeah, I just did a lesson the other day, like I think yesterday. It said, "Thou shalt be visited in earthquakes, man." You know, after that earthquake in Taiwan, 7.7. 4.8 magnitude earthquake in New Jersey. Aftershocks felt across New York City and the tri-state area. All right, Philly too, in New York, Massachusetts, all the way down to Georgia and Florida. Lebanon, New Jersey, an earthquake centered in northern New Jersey registered a magnitude of 4.8, and it just so happens that on 4/8/2024 there's going to be a lunar total darkness for almost, I think, 3 hours over America. Startling millions of people, but causing no major reports of damage. At least 10 aftershocks were felt throughout the day, including a 4.0 magnitude aftershock near Gladstone, New Jersey on Friday evening that also rattled parts of the area. The U.S. Geological Survey confirmed the initial earthquake occurred near White House Station, New Jersey, or about 45 miles west of New York City at 10:23 a.m. Now, yeah, man. So if that would hit heavier in New York, anything that's a little bit more than a 4, it'll bring New York down to the level parts of New York. All right, they got them tall buildings up there, skyscrapers everywhere. Shoo. Remember, the Lord said they shall build, but He shall throw down. Now, at first, I was like, oh, they probably testing some nukes or some shit underground, but you just never know. But a lot of the weather people, they're saying it, on their pages, the websites, that just because the Earth's gotten weaker, just like the scriptures say, through age and through what they're doing to the Earth, man. And then with the solar eclipse, that's all signs that the Lord's presence is getting closer, man. You know. So now let's keep going. It says people from Baltimore to Boston and beyond reported feeling the ground shake. While there were no immediate reports of serious damage, officials were checking bridges and other major infrastructure. Some flights were diverted or delayed. Amtrak slowed trains throughout the busy Northeast Corridor, and a Philadelphia area commuter rail line suspended service out of what is said was an abundance of caution. It's caution time, man. This is, look, Proverbs 22:3. A prudent man foreseeth the evils, man. The bad is coming, and hideth himself. And we hide ourselves in the presence of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. All right. But the simple pass on and are punished, man. People don't see the signs, man. All right. So it's just gonna get worse and worse, man, from this point. Psalms 18:6. See, the Lord hears our cries. He hears our calls to Him, man. And the Lord is visiting the earth, as the scriptures say, in earthquakes and storms. You know, all these different changes that are manifesting upon the earth is the Most High changing the atmosphere, taking the mirth of the land away. You know, putting that heightened sense of fear on these people that are relaxed and resting in this place. Psalms 18:6. in my distress, I called upon Yahweh. So we're in distress, and we're calling on the Lord. And then when they try to bring their martial law, or whatever, put more pressure on us. A lot of brothers got pressure on them right now financially, you know. But you gotta just maneuver and use that business mind that the Lord blessed you with to maneuver and take your daily bread. So we are in distress here, but it's gonna get worse. But it says, in my distress I called upon Yahweh and cried unto my power. So the Lord blessed us to be able to cry unto him. The only way we can cry unto him is if we are woke in this truth. The fact that he woke us up in this truth, we're blessed to be able to call on him now. And he heard us call on him. All right. I cried unto my power. He heard my voice out of his temple, and my cry came before him, even into his ears, man. All right. And this is King David speaking when he was delivered from all his enemies, the Philistines as well, and his from Saul. Just like the Lord is going to deliver the tabernacle of David today, in these times, and he hears us. Pray we're part of that number, but he hears our cries. Our prayers, like we just prayed on the Passover. The Lord heard that. All right. Then the earth shook, man. See that? Then the earth shook and trembled, and the foundations also of the hills moved and were shaken, because he was wroth, man. So why are these earthquakes happening? Because the Most High is angry, and because he heard our cries. All right. So this happened, when the Lord comes down out of the heavens and visits the earth to deal with us, man. So much power in the heavens moving to deal with just little old us upon this earth. And he hear our cries, and it makes him angry. It says the earth shakes at the Lord's wrath. Yahweh. All right. So I could keep reading, man, but sheesh, because this shows you how the Lord visits the earth. All right. So I'm gonna end it there, man. And so the earth is shaking and trembling at the Lord's presence because he's angry. The Lord is wroth, and our cries have entered into his ears. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom.